That wasn't it. Hi guys, Hi guys, welcome to Bitcoin Daily, 9 a.m. Central European Time. On the dollar, we do this show every day, Monday to Friday, because we gotta know what's happening in Bitcoin, altcoins, and everything else. We are starting stream pretty soon. It's not even 4 minutes of intro, and we are doing it because it's gonna be a short one. I wasn't even sure that I wanted to do this stream right now because Bitcoin is kind of boring. There's not much happening. It's still the same thing that was yesterday. The DXY moved a little bit, stock market moved a little bit, Bitcoin moved a little bit, but do we want to have these micro updates every day? I'm a little bit unsure. It would be nice if there was something happening, but it's not. But I did find there is a line that it is very important, and there is another way to look at Bitcoin, so we can actually check that out. And I just for some reason this National Press Club, a technologist view of the future of commerce. This was posted 11 years ago. This is MicroStrategy. Michael Saylor talking for 2 hours about future of commerce, technology and stuff like that. I actually haven't watched this, but I did skip from point to point and listen to bits and pieces of what he has to say, and it is interesting. So if you guys got 2 hours to spare today or tomorrow or on the New Year's Eve or something like that, maybe it's worth a watch, and then you can tell me whether this is actually good or bad. I'm a little bit unsure whether I wanna watch all thing, because it is an old conference or whatever this is. It is an old talk, 2011, just after Bitcoin came out. Didn't Bitcoin come out in 2009? I might be wrong about that. But it's 2 hours. It's 2 hours video. So maybe here's some interesting facts to come with. And Michael is big on Bitcoin right now, so maybe he is it might be interesting to see what he thought about it 11 years ago. Whether that's still relevant today or not, that depends. But the way he was looking at future then, maybe we should be looking at future right now, right? 2008, yeah, it's give or take. Out of 30k subs, 10 people are still here. Who's in the chat? Nadan Petro, what's up? Crypto Russ, welcome. Vinat, how's life? Yeah, life is okay. Dot, please, man. Nah, no dot. Out of 36, 10 people still here. Dutch Ring Racing, good morning. Mladen, 2008, I think. Yeah, so out of 36,000 people, 10 still here. And I gotta tell you guys, I'm losing interest. This bear market has killed me more than anything else in my life. I mean, it's eating my soul, the joy, the happiness, the future. It's just eating my soul. So right now we are at 16.5k. If we go down to 14.5k, 12.5k, 9.5k, will I feel any different? I don't think so. So I think I went through the capitulation period. Even if it falls down, I'm still not gonna sell, anything like that or something like that. But saying that this isn't some kind of bottom, we still need to capitulate people. I don't get it. I think we went through the capitulation. I think this is the last part. Can we go lower? I mean, we can, but it is, how are you gonna say it? Everybody wants to sell sold, I think. So it's so boring. 13.10 and you are going to feel good again. So let's see what's happening here, and again there will be some hope. So the best line right now that we can draw right now on the chart is this one up here. This is giving us some kind of hopium that we maybe might hold a certain level of up here at 16.4, 16.3, but it kind of does not look that optimistic, and I'm going to show you why. So like I said, you know, I wasn't actually interested in doing this video over here, but if we do something with the chart, you know, it might actually be you know, look nicely. Now what we can see over here is we are you know, we you know, start going towards upside. We failed on the 50, we went down, went up here, you know, kind of, you know, towards into this moving averages again. 50 moving average rejecting us towards downside. Over here we're still below these moving averages right now, 16.9 16.7 give or take, the box up here, give or take, very important level to get above. We are still not above that level, so right now we are down here. So it's either getting above 16.7 16.9 up here, or you know, breaking this on the downside and falling more down. Now whether that's gonna be the case or not, we're gonna see, but you know, we can also make some kind of channel out of this. We can also make some kind of channel out of this over here. And what you're gonna see here, is you know, this channel over here, which is somehow, you know, semi nice, but it does respect certain lines up here. If you do fall down, you know, since these channels do tend to play out in certain you know, parallel lines, distances from each other, we might expect some kind of, you know, 15 point down here at down here at you know, 15.8 or something like that. So let's extrapolate these lines, you know, just so we can get more lines on the screen, because why not, reasons. There you go, something like this. And you can see up here right now this channel over here, if we start going towards downside, we might be looking at the first level at 15.8, and then, you know, double of the channel totally on the downside, 15.2 all the way down over here. But the first, you know, first level up here is these bottoms over here on the downside. Also corresponds nicely with this level at 15.8 15.7 give or take. So whether we actually go down there depends whether this line holds or not. I'm not really that optimistic, because I need to see this move up here. You know, this might also be some kind of double bottom over here being created right now, but you need to bounce above everything up here. As long as we are not above that, you know, it does look a little bit weak. So beside this line over here that's happening right now, that we are watching and you know, waiting to break, give a little bit down here. Mladen actually noticed the same thing that I did notice. There was double divergence on the charts yesterday on the 1 hourly time frame. Unfortunately, it didn't play out very well. I mean, it did play out a little bit, and you can see this divergence up here. So the price was going down, down, down over here, down, down, and then sorry, down, down, and over here was going down, and over here there is no more divergence, right? But it did have this double divergence up here. This is the first, you know, the first hourly divergence up here. This is the second one right now. We had two divergences, but the thing to notice up here when it comes to divergences is they can correct itself very quickly. And when you're looking on 1 hourly time frame, you got, you know, 2 hours up here. It went up towards upside. That's the only thing divergence does. 1-2 candles, and that's over. Now if you're looking at monthly time frame, you know, divergence 1-2 candles, that's, you know, 1-2 months. But if you're looking at hourly candles, 2 hours, it's already, you know, corrected itself, went a little bit up, bounced up a bit, and then went down. And over here there is no more divergence. Over here there is no more divergence, and over here right now there is no more divergence. So there is no more divergence on the chart, so the price can actually technically right now go in any kind of direction towards, at least when it comes to this 1 hourly time frame. So this first impulsive move did have this divergence, but right now the divergences are corrected. Right now it's sitting here in the middle ballpark area, and it can continue going, right? So the divergences, you know, they can be helpful, but when you're looking at the small time frames, they play out very, very fast. So it was double divergence, but, you know, 2 hours later it's, you know, already correct, because it is some kind of divergence. When we said over here that this might be some kind of double bottom up here towards downside, this looks kind of nice. I mean, it is kind of, you know, going towards you know, exhausting towards downside over here. So some kind of move up here maybe before it actually breaks towards downside might happen. Still small time frames. How long it's gonna take, you know, give or take, we don't know. The most important line is this one up here. Now let's remove the lines. Now if you invert the chart, and this is where the fun starts, right? Because we are very used to watching charts go up, right? We are very used to, you know, noticing when stuff is gonna pump, right? We are very used to looking at charts and seeing some kind of bullish momentum, because that's what we are looking for. We are not looking for stuff that's gonna dump down. We are looking for stuff that's gonna pump, right? So we are looking for patterns that are actually bullish and stuff like that, right? But when stuff is going towards downside, we are not, you know, we don't have that much experience in recognizing the patterns that are happening in the chart, because the chart is kind of going towards downside. So sometimes it does help inverting the chart, because your brain is already, you know, trained in looking for, you know, bullish moves, bullish patterns and stuff like that. So when you invert the chart, suddenly your brain can recognize other patterns that it did not recognize before, because you've been looking and searching for bullish patterns, not bearish patterns, right? So when you invert the chart, you get this, even though price is going towards downside, but your brain starts, you know, looking at the chart a little bit differently, and you know, trying to recognize the pattern and stuff like that. So if you just look at this last part up here, there was some kind of there's some kind of trend line over here. There is some kind of, you know, maybe some kind of triangle over here. I don't know if he's gonna use, but there's definitely some kind of, you know, triangle up here. So over here it might be creating this move up here, but it does look a little bit bullish up here, especially if it can manage to break this resistance line up here, right? Because it went up here towards upside, got this triple top up here on upside, pulled a little bit back, tried to go down, bounced off the 50 moving average, right now came to the 50 moving average, bounced off of that, right now hovering above these moving averages up here. And if it does go above this line, it might actually do another move towards the upside up here, which it does look, you know, semi bullish. And you know, if I was looking at some kind of coin that I want to buy or long, right, I would be looking at this and I would be saying, like, this looks very nice. So if this can pull back, you know, this went kind of sideways into this moving average, bounced up so what I would be looking at if I've been trading this, right, I'd be looking for some kind of, you know, quick pullback to these moving averages, then, you know, long these moving averages towards upside, because it is, you know, up here. But the best case scenario for us right now, of course, is that it doesn't happen. It pulls back, but it fails through the support on the other side. And if that does that, you know, I would be closing my long position over here, right? I'd be closing my long position, because this would, you know, this would invalidate this, you know, move towards the upside. It might go down up here and try again to break towards the upside, but at least, you know, the first move should, you know, break some kind of support line over here on the downside, give or take. What is the support line? Maybe something like this. These lines, maybe something like this over here. The first move should at least, you know, break some. Let's just put like this over here, give or take, it doesn't matter. Over here, the first move up here, if it does fail right now to break up here towards the resistance, it fails to go through the resistance right now, pulls back, then this is a long one. But if it fails the support over here, then you know, it might do the spring towards the upside again. But you know how this is gonna actually play out, we don't know, right? But it looks semi bullish. At least on daily time frame up here. It's been, you know, consolidating up here above the moving average. As long as it's above moving averages, everything is fine. Now, it did try a lot of times breaking this level. So breaking it immediately does seem a little bit far stretch, but if it can do that, it can do that. And if you zoom out the inverted chart, invert the chart back. Now, if you zoom out a little bit, invert the chart, what you're gonna see here is that we are already breaking this uptrend over here. So you know that we like to looking at the uptrends, and when our uptrends, you know, getting weaker, or you know, when it's gonna stop pumping and so forth. And there are definitely a couple of lines they can draw on this chart. We're just gonna use these stick lines up here. Over here, and you can see here that we went, you know, in one move went below this up here, managed to climb on the line again, failed that right now, and we are actually below this line over here on the bottom side. We are actually below the line up here, and we are right now looking at this, you know, level up here of 15.5 again, 15.5. So you can do this up here. It doesn't have to do that. It can just do something like this and then fall back down. This might be some kind of top up here. Is RSI inverted? RSI is not inverted. Let me see up here. Yeah, RSI is not inverted. Can we invert the RSI? No, you cannot invert the RSI up here. But yeah, it does look like, you know, it has been losing strength over here a little bit. It tried to go down here, it tried to climb back up here again. It does kind of look weak when you're looking at the move towards upside. So this last, you know, part up here, you know, hoping that it's gonna break towards upside. It can, but I don't think it's gonna, you know, explode that much towards upside. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And when we continue looking at this, of course, over here there was you know, there's definitely a lot of other lines that you can draw on the chart. There was also this option move up here that got broken, failed to get above that. So we are actually, you know, kind of losing the steam over here a little bit. Kind of losing the steam over here a little bit. There is this line up here as well that's actually going parallel with this, you know. So if are we gonna drop it towards downside? But the big line, of course, for this trend to actually break is all the way down here at 22k or something like that right now. Right now 24k or something like that. But it does look like, you know, it is at least this move up here. This very, this move until June, this, what I call this capitulation phase. It went up here a little bit sideways and then we capitulate up here, right now consolidate up here. Right now it's still pushing towards upside. But I think the capitulation phase already played out. So the question is when this when this will actually, you know, start, when this actually will start losing even more strength. So there are definitely a couple other lines. This one over here is very important, and there is this bottom down here as well. Bottom down here as well. So there are definitely a couple of lines that we still need to start breaking towards downside to see that this you know, this downtrend or uptrend over here is kind of losing pace, but we are not quite there yet. We are not quite there yet, but it does look optimistic though. It does look optimistic, and if we start even pumping down here even more towards upside, I mean, can we have secondary capitulation up here towards upside? I mean, technically we can. Like anything can happen, but it does look a little bit weak. So, you know. So there is that, there is that. Let me just see this on the 2-day time frame up here as well. Ah, it is the same. You can pull down here all the way, but it's not that impressive. This over here broke already. If that broke, then we got this one over here. Let's just remove this one over here. Yeah, so even this trend over here, 1, 2, 3, touched up here. Try to get above it, retest that up here. We still got like some from 59 or something like that we can actually touch, but we don't have to actually do that. We don't actually have to do that. And right now, you know, after, you know, this is the first break of this trend over here, because the first trend, you know, the first trend failed. The second trend up here tried to go down, did not fail, went up here right now. Tried to hold this support line, failed that as well. Retested that. Right now going kind of sideways with this trend over here. So it does look okayish. It does look okayish. In the short term over here, I would say it can definitely. In the short term, I would say it on what's daily time frame. I would say in the short term over here, it can definitely do another move towards upside, because it does look a little bit optimistic up here, especially if it does pull back to the moving average and that does, you know, another move up here towards this, you know, these highs, and then break down on the side. But you know, bigger time frames, bigger moves and stuff like that, it does look like it is losing strength. So I don't know, guys, whether we are at the bottom or not, you know. Who knows? Like 20k, I will assume 20k is the bottom. So this over here, this is right now pain period. So will the pain period increase the pain towards the upside? It kind of depends. Also on the top side up here, you can of course see the resistance up here. That's around the 14.2 or something like that. Depends on how you a little bit draw it. Let me see this other line over here, because that actually broke. So we are holding that support, right? Yeah, so there is definitely, I mean, there is definitely both chance to, you know, break this towards downside and bounce all the way up to, you know, some kind of 13k. Isn't 13, Mladen said like 13.8k, yeah, that's around up here, right? Yeah, 14k, 13 point something k up here, maybe 13.9 up here, yeah. So 13.8k up here, maybe that's Mladen's target, and then towards downside, but you know, we can definitely, you know, just, you know, start going towards downside. How much time we are in bear market? I don't know, man. The way I read the charts, I would say the market, you know, the bear market started over here. And right now we've been in the bear market for 89 weeks. How many days is that? 623 days. You know, some people will say that the bear market started up here, but no, the bear market started up here. We are already, this was some kind of, you know, secondary pumping, because you know, the bull market was already over here, but you know, this might have been secondary top high period. So it kind of depends. It kind of depends where you start the chart. Yeah, either you know, a little bit over a year or you know, 2 years. I would say that up here, you know, the music stopped up here, and people started living party up here, maybe something like that. Nah, people started living party up here, then came back to the party, but you know, the rest of the left the party. This was capitulation candle, at least the way I see it. And over here was some kind of accumulation. Right now this move towards NASA, I don't know what even that is. I don't know it. Like, people are saying we need capitulation. Like, who's gonna capitulate, guys? Who's gonna capitulate? There is nobody left, literally nobody left. Like, do you know people who care about Bitcoin and crypto? Do you know anybody? Like, if they are not, you know, hardcore fans that have been here through entire bear market, that are, you know, every day watching the charts, or you know, doing NFTs or something like that. Even NFTs are down like 99% or something like that, 95, 99%. Like, nobody's here. Literally nobody's here. Like, there are a couple of channels doing well. There are of course people watching and stuff like that, but it's such a small part of a community, such a small part of community. You know, the mainstream is not here. Hardcore fan like you and me, yeah, exactly. These are, and even I am losing interest in charts, guys. It's so boring. This, I told you before, like these moves, like big moves towards us, they are interesting. You know, we can make videos about that. We can talk about, you know, moves. We can look at, you know, patterns. But this sideways movement, you know, these things kill your soul. Like, there is nothing. It's not going up. It's not going down. Every pump is a dump. Every dump is a pump. It just kills your soul. These are the worst part. Like, I just want to do, you know, TA on Tesla right now. Like, because Tesla is at least is moving, right? I want to do TA on Tesla. Like, this over here is a lot more interesting than anything else. The other thing, there was one more thing that I want to, you know, look at. That's the DXY up here. And the DXY did kind of break the resistance up here. You can see up here. But it hit the moving averages up here, so it might just be going for a retest over here right now before it actually goes towards the upside. But it does look, you know, a little bit bullish up here. So you know, I won't say that this is just because it's going a little bit down today, that's any kind of bearish. It's down 0.25%, but it did break the trend up here, guys. It did break the trend. This is a daily trend. Let's go to the 4-hourly time frame up here, and let's readjust the trend up here a little bit. Yeah, on the 4-hourly trend it did break, but it does look like it's falling back below the trend, because I mean, there are some very nice hits on the line up here. Very nice hits on the line, and it looks like it's going back below the trend on the small time frames. So I'm still a little bit unsure, and it looks like getting rejected by 10-20 moving average. But you know, we need to give it a day to see whether we close up there, down here, or you know, or we fail that big time. So 10-20 moving average, like everything is sitting just on the edge of the seat, and I got 50% less than my other 50 were trading down so far into profit. Nice, Huffy, nice. Most people that care about crypto, we only care about make money from it, and that time hasn't come yet. Exactly. So you know, people right now in crypto, you know, it's developers, it's people who are doing the NFTs, people who are building something, you know, YouTubers, people who are trading. You know, they care about crypto, but people who just want to invest, they are not here, especially mainstream. Like, smart investors are definitely here. Smart investors are looking at projects, you know, setting up their, you know, portfolios, figuring out what they're gonna buy, what they're gonna sell. Like, smart investors do that, you know, and but they're just waiting. They're just waiting. You know, these people have always been here. I mean, it's not like nobody's here, but the mainstream is definitely not here. Everybody I know from the mainstream, they just don't care about crypto. All people who joined 221 are in a loss, yeah. But eventually everybody will be in profit. Eventually, it's gonna start. Big pump starting now. It's up 26%, so saying that it's big, some kind of big pump. But you know, it looks like this 1 hourly move up here. It looks, you know, still 31 minutes left to go. So this the resistance up here. You want this to continue towards the upside. You know, it would be nice closing up here above something. So there is that. Do you have any kind of divergence or anything like that up here on chart? 1 hour looks fine. You know, it might continue being very, you know, a little bit bullish up here in for a couple of hours. That might be very nice. Daily time frame up here. Dude, have I missed anything up here? Like over here we should have been dumping, which is, you know, we went up to the zero line, went below that. Zero line on the MACD, zero line is very important, guys. Zero line is very important. Let's talk a little bit about MACD. The zero line up here, the zero line is very, very important line on the MACD. A lot of people are looking at these crosses and stuff like that, and they are nice because it does shows certain, you know, moves on the moving averages, how they are moving. But the, you know, crossing the zero line is nice. Up here we did cross with the blue line, not with the signal line. Over here we did cross with the signal line all the way, but towards downside when it started going down, and you know, went up here, crossed on up here bullishly. Where is up here? Up here we crossed it bullishly, right? We went a little bit towards the upside, so that's interesting, right? But right now we are still below zero line on the daily time frame. So this move up here can definitely come. I'm not, you know, I think that downside is very, it could happen. It can happen. It does look, you know, a little bit bad, but so oftentimes when stuff looks bad, then it pumps, right? But the upside definitely can also happen. Like it's 50-50, like it's 50-50. Unfortunately, 50-50. Now, if you look at on the weekly time frame and MACD is very interesting when it comes to weekly time frame, because MACD over here has been rising for a long time. You can see up here, especially after this capitulation phase up here, the price has been going towards downside over here, while the MACD lines have been going towards upside. And even this, you know, even this momentum up here is kind of going towards upside. So definitely, you know, I would say this is a bullish pattern up here that actually is supposed to break towards upside. Now we are watching this daily, so you know, we are looking at the micro moves, but you know, bigger time frames, okay. Monthly time frame, 2 days left on the monthly candle. We still gonna close this with a loss of the momentum, which is quite nice, I said, like, best case scenario closing in 2 days around 17,176. I think this is gonna be best case scenario for us on the, you know, getting maybe this morning doji star pattern. I think that might be the best case scenario for us, closing at 17,147. And again, guys, check out the video. Maybe there's some, it's a two hour video, 1 hour 53 minutes. Michael Saylor
talking. The most famous library in Alexandria, was the biggest one in the world, had like 5,000 books in it. Casual, colloquial term up until now, but at some point, adults start to be challenged, but the kids just keep going, right? The kids just go through the 87 levels. Well,
yeah, it might be interesting for you guys that want to, you know, spend 2 hours watching Michael Saylor. But, you know, I don't know why this popped up on my YouTube, but, you know, there's that. And with that, guys, anything else, thank you, like, most people don't care about, I like the idea about buying 5 the pros and paying 50 in transaction fee isn't going to work. Next year around this time, you hear people complaining that they wanted to buy in at this price level, because most will do 10x from. Start trading, man. I'm too bored. Yeah, man, it is killing our soul. But you know, even trading is like, you gotta scalp. You cannot trade this, you know, long term. Look in the group. Okay, last thing we're gonna look at the group. 2 hourly time frame copy from. Expanding wedge right now. I did test up here on the downside 1, 2, 3 times. We got some kind of rising move up here towards the upside. If it's a expanding wedge, it does look nice. Amlana likes to use a lot of these body closes, which are very nice, and nothing wrong with that. Might even be correct way to do that. So if it's some kind of expanding musical instrument towards the downside, we already had these, you know, big moves towards the upside. It just got bought up. Maybe just waiting. You know, to me, you know, it looks okayish. Is this inverted chart? Don't tell me it's inverted. No, it's not inverted chart. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for stopping by. Check out the I can link the video in the chat just so you guys don't have to do that. Look for it. There we go. That is the video. You're welcome to watch the video. I mean, it's 2-hour video, so you know, for people who get time and driving the car for somewhere from A to B. Okay, guys, take care. Bye bye.